Hi guys, 18 Dap here and welcome to the latest matchday preview for the channel for this weekend's League 2 fixture. It's Doncaster Rovers versus Salford City. Let's get the video started.
So guys, welcome to the latest matchday preview for the channel. Doncaster Rovers versus Salford City in League 2. International break, but proper football is still on. If you are new to the channel, thank you for visiting. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, click subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And if you're regular here, thank you so much for returning. Your support is greatly appreciated as ever. But if you are new to the channel and this is the first video that you've seen, this is the format that we go through match previews. We look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about, and then we choose the opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else that should be part of that conversation, get them in the comments down below. If you're a Salford City fan watching, or if you're a Rovers fan that knows a little bit more about Salford than what I do. And then we finish the video with 3 predictions. The predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub, the predictions league table that me and the family do for every single league game, and then the score prediction, the all-important score prediction to finish the video off. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. Donny and Salford not faced off too many times in our history, only 5 competitive games between the two, and it's as even as you're going to get. 2 wins each and a draw sandwiched in there as well. But looking back at the 5 games, we go back to 2022-23 season, shared the spoils, a 2-1 win at home and then a 3-1 away defeat. So hopefully the home win returns tomorrow. And then the 2023-24 season wasn't great. It was a 3-0 home defeat. We don't want to see that tomorrow. And a 2-2 draw at the Peninsula. And then earlier this season we have faced off once already in the League Cup. I think it was the first round, and it was a 2-0 away win for the Rovers. So yeah, hit and miss with our history, kind of traded blows, haven't we? So tough one to call tomorrow. On to current form though. Donny look in a slightly better form over the last 4. Salford a bit hit and miss, although if you look at just the 5 games we've accumulated the same amount of points, 3 wins each, a draw each and a defeat each, but in different orders. So yeah, tough to call once again, but looking at Donny, we've got 3 wins and a draw coming into this one, so inconsistent from Salford, so I'd argue that Donny edged that one with the current form. But yeah, Salford currently sit mid-table in 13th with probably the most mid-table form in their opening 15 games, with 5 wins, 5 draws and 5 defeats. Not much in it with goal difference as well. They've scored almost a goal a game with 14 goals scored, but conceded slightly more with 17. Recent wins in the FA Cup and the Bristol Street Motors Trophy will help the confidence coming into this one. But the win in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy against Wolves under 21s was a bit of a dead rubber in their group. Wrexham and Birmingham had already wrapped that division up, or that table up, I believe, with 7 points each. So yeah, nothing really to play for midweek, but a win nonetheless, which will help confidence. So it's just wondering which Salford we're going to face tomorrow. Is it going to be the one that's lost 5 games, drawn 5 games, or won 5 games? We will find out come 3 o'clock tomorrow. On to Donny. Like I say, Salford playing midweek, it could aid Donny a little bit in terms of fitness and preparation for this game. We've said it a few times that a team plays midweek and maybe you've got that little bit extra rest or that extra day training preparation. Sometimes it just doesn't work, does it? And Salford might come into this one a little bit fitter, having a bit more match fit, should I say, with having the game midweek. But we will find out tomorrow. A good performance though from us last Saturday against a very good Notts County team that I fully suspect will be up in the top 3 come the end of the season. And for me, that should show the team that we're capable of going toe to toe with any other team in this division. Played really well for the last 45-60 minutes, and we just need to try and take that into a game and play the full 90 minutes like that. I strongly believe that if we'd have played the last 45 to 60 minutes for the full 90 on Saturday, we'd have beaten Notts County. We gave them the first half an hour, and fortunately we were only 1 down. Could have been much worse, and like Grant McCann said, similar happened against Chesterfield, but they took the game away from us. Luckily Notts County didn't, and we managed to get back into that one. So I think we take that form and that sort of attitude and that performance into 90 minutes and we'll win more than we don't this season. Lots at stake tomorrow though for Donny if the results go our way and we do our job. More importantly, we've got to do our job first before looking at other results. We could finish the weekend top spot, so yeah, looking forward to it tomorrow. On to play profile. So for this one, I've gone with Joe Ironside for the Rovers, centre forward, 31 years old, and I'm buzzing that Joe got the goal to win us a point against Notts County last weekend. I think there's really good competition up top with Billy Sharp, and to be fair, both seem to be working well with each other, allowing each other to have time on the pitch to influence games, not really seeming to be throwing the toys out of the pram, wanting to be kind of the main man. And I think that's a really good kind of atmosphere to have around the club. But for me, Joe gives us a different dimension. He's very good in the air. It can be a focal point for this team if the game needs it, unlike Billy Sharp, who can win headers. But for me, Billy's more kind of a fox in the box, gets in the right place at the right time. Joe is just a bit of a menace, and I love it. Really puts defenders on the back foot, pins them, backs into them, holds the ball up well, and like I say, really good in the air as well. Great header to get the goal for a 1-1 draw against Notts County, so hopefully that gives him a bit of confidence and we start seeing him scoring freely like he did last season. Moving on to the opponent's one to watch. So as I said at the start of the video, you know your club much better than I do, so if you think somebody else should be part of the conversation, get them in the comments down below. But for this one, I've gone with Kelly and May. Let me know the pronunciation in the comments as well. But I've gone with May because he's contributed the most goals for Salford. We mentioned earlier that it's been quite hard to come by in terms of goals, with 14 scored in 15 games. But Kelly has scored 3 and set up 3 as well. He's already matched his goal scoring from last season. So yeah, potentially one to keep an eye on tomorrow in the attacking midfield position. Career-wise, 66 appearances, 7 goals, 4 assists. So not the greatest of numbers, but it seems to be cooking for Salford this season with 3 goals and 3 assists in 15 games. On to the predicted team lineup. So for this, I've used FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. Loads of features to get your teeth stuck into, and giveaways for following your team as well. So it's decent. But I use it mainly for the predicted lineup, and for this one, I've gone with Teddy Sharman-Lowe in goal. A back four of Jamie Sterry, Joe Olowu, Jay McGrath, and Brandon Fleming, with a midfield of Bailey, Kelly, and Clifton, with Molyneux on the right, Hurst on the left, and Sharpie up front on his own to start the game. But I think Ironside will make an appearance later on. So that's the predicted team lineup. If you think somebody should swap out on that, get them in the comments down below. That takes me on to the Predictions League table. Plenty of movement in this one over the last couple of weeks. So Max was top 2 weeks ago. He slipped down to second last week, and then I predicted a 1-1. The rest of the family predicted defeats or wins, so no points handed out other than a 3-point addition to me, which pulls me up to second on 11 points. Max drops to third on 10. Chris keeps top spot just on 12 points, and my dad currently bottom on 6 points. And that takes me on to the score prediction to round this video off, and I'm hoping that we put on a performance what we saw in the last 45 minutes against Notts County, and I think if we do, we'll have a very good day tomorrow. But we've seen against other teams this season, Newport, Harrogate, Bromley, that sometimes the performance just doesn't match our expectations as fans. So I'm hoping that it's not that again tomorrow, but I'm going to back the lads. I think it is going to be a positive performance. I think it's going to be a positive result. I think it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 win. Fingers crossed I'm right with that one. We will find out come around 5 o'clock tomorrow. And that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, smash the like button, big thumbs up on it, comments in the section down below, subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.